All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. This is Tim McKee, and you are in the live trading room. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Here is yesterday's trades and yesterday's market. We had a fairly good day yesterday, even though we had one loss in the first trade right off that swing high. Just took a little too long to get into that call trade, but then took several on the reversal. And then we had another swing high that went up. And then the market kind of was back and forth the rest of the day. Looked like some good movement in the afternoon. Then, of course, the market dropped in that last half hour. So that was the market yesterday. Let me get this. SPY closed at 558.71. It's currently sitting at 560.22, so no gap play this morning. And let's just move up to current time. There we are. And let me get rid of a piece of technology here real quick. Let's go over to the option chain. We have just over a million traded in pre-market volume. Probably going to be slow this morning because we have the Fed announcement at 2 and then the press conference after that. Not expecting really anything out of this. There's going to be no change, so really not much going on. I don't expect anything dramatic to go on with this announcement today. So I won't be able to come back at 2, but I will be back at 3 for the press conference, and we'll see. Press conference can move some things. Anyway, we'll get to that later. So we will be trading or starting with the 559 on the call side, 562 on the put side. As I said, we have a little over a million in pre-market volume. Let me let a couple of people in here real quick. Admit. There we go. Thank you, Keith, for the assist on that. Appreciate it. And speaking of Keith, let's say good morning to Mr. Keith Frampton. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, only two trades yesterday, two put trades up 49 cents, which actually isn't too bad for a FOMC week kind of thing. So we'll take that and go from there.
Absolutely.
This morning we had the mortgage applications come in up quite a bit from last month. And as Tim said, the Fed interest rate decision at 2 o'clock, followed by the press conference at 2:30. I likely won't be on this afternoon either, but we'll see, depending on how things go with my schedule here. Um, Let me see here, and that'll be probably it for today. No bond auctions or anything today. No announcements at 10, so there may or may not be a pop at the top at 10. I will be trading Friday the 9th, May 9th's expiration today if I get into things. And oh my goodness, I'm looking at Friday morning. It's just tons of FOMC members speaking this Friday morning. It just
Huh.
one after another after another.
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see what happens there on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about it from here for me.
Okay. All those members speaking, is that typical right after Fed interest rate announcement?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Trying to explain things.
Yeah, they let Powell have the spotlight today, but then they answer their questions later in the week. So,
Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you, sir.
yep.
Um, all right, we've got less than 20 seconds before we start here. As usual, make sure you get 20 cents between each of your hash marks on your three charts, just so we can see the same size candles. Look at the same size candles from day to day. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. I believe the markets are up. As soon as they all report, Keith, if you'd give us the broader markets, because I'm
Yep.
again having problems getting into Schwab for some reason.
Well, they're trying to keep the riffraff out.
Well,
Okay, the Dow is up 145, Nasdaq's up 11, S&P's up 8, and 1.3 million underlying traded.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
So slightly up market for the broader indices, and that is really our starting point. There, we've got price coming down a little bit. Let me get my 100,000 mark in view. There we go. Both our MACDs are in the put bias position and heading down. Makes sense with the price pushing down the way it was. All right, we got price pushing up, and and I will be at the 559 on the call side and the 562 on the put side. I'm trading today's expiration. Prices are so cheap. Could go to tomorrow if you want to pick up a little bit of time, add a little more time into the equation. All right, price pressing up. Keep an eye on that 559 on the call sides. Come up to VWAP and getting denied at VWAP. VWAP saying, no, sir, you cannot pass yet.
We ought to just call it the Gondorf mark.
For you Lord of the Ring fans. Price coming right back down again. All right, both our MACDs have crossed over into the call side. We'll see if they stay that way.
By both, he means the 1 minute on the Heikin-Ashi chart and the 5 minute MACD.
Exactly. Thank you. Hey, finally let me into Schwab. Thank you. Dow's up 151, Nas up 38, S&P up 13, almost 14. 1.7 million traded on the underlying. Probably not going to be a lot of volume today. We usually find that a lot of retail traders sit out until the announcement this afternoon. But as I said before, we're not expecting any interest rate change today. And when there's not an interest rate change, price tends to not move a lot. But then there's always the press conference that follows. Both of our MACDs, the 5 and the Heikenausi MACD, have pulled back over into the put bias side. All right, I'm going to put in a pseudo supply zone at the top of this first 5-minute candle.
If it stays, it actually may be a real supply zone, not a great agreement, but it's close enough.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So we're just waiting on price to kind of organize itself and give us a breakout in trend. Market makers trying to find a where the traders are, and we'll rotate price back and forth, trying to find where traders are. Look at our 5-minute candles. Price is really not moving all that much. Yep, price breaking through the supply zone, reaching up toward VWAP. Already experiencing some low volume. See if this turns into a real breakout in trend. If it does, I'll be at the 559 on the call side. Price has moved past VWAP, continuing to grow slowly.
Almost a doji on that last candle.
Mm-hmm. So prices, it's at a point where it could break out if it would just take off going up, then we'd look at a call trade, but we've hit a bit of resistance here right at the same point at that 580.92. It's having a hard time pressing up beyond that. Maybe in a bit of a early consolidation here.
Only have about 3.1 million underlying trades, so it hadn't a huge amount this morning either,
Yeah.
which we were expecting.
All right, getting a bit of a breakout now. So looking at that, I'm going to go to the 560 on the call side. 560. Stand by. All right, stand by on this 560.
I went ahead and got in on that.
Okay. All right. Standing by on this 560.
Come on, get back up there.
Doji.
Yeah, get up there anyway. There we go. I'm limiting my game sort of limits a little bit this morning, given the lower volume.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to get like 15 cents on this. Come on, get on up there. And I did put a demand zone at the bottom of the second and third candles there.
Okay.
Good agreement.
All right. Stand by. It's 560. Let's go ahead and get into this 560. In at 305. Nine forty eight.
Come on, get on up there.
All right. Stand by to take profit. Ooh.
Oh, man. What was that?
All right. Stand by to get out of this. All right. Let's get out of this.
Come on. No, why did they fill? Didn't take my order.
Man, that was just slapped. Got to take a profitable trade right as we were going to take profit.
Yeah,
Get
really.
dumped. Ouch.
Well, I'm still in it because it wouldn't take my trade, and we'll see if it's going to bounce back.
Yeah. Yep. I couldn't get out either.
Tim, what price did you get out of that call it?
I'm sorry.
What price did you get out of that call
I
it?
I did not get out of it. I couldn't get out. I'm still in it.
Oh, okay.
Tim, we can put a supply zone in there too now.
Oh, yes.
Move
Yes,
it
we
up.
can. Let's go ahead and move this one up.
Come on, get above VWAP there.
Hey, Tim, are you having any trouble with your deltas on the Thinkorswim uh, website?
No, they seem to be working okay.
I'm getting like 0.05, 0.04. They're rather interesting.
You're
Not too
probably on the
helpful.
wrong day.
Okay, thank you.
All right, price coming back up. This is not unusual for a sudden push down.
Here we go. Get above there. Tim, it's almost like it looked back at two candles prior and said, "Oh, there's a doji there. We better drop this."
Yeah, exactly.
MACD's getting ready to cross back over on the 1 minute chart again.
Mhm.
I should have stayed in.
You were able to get out?
I got out at 2.60, but
Okay.
now it's turning around.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, get back above VWAP there.
Whoops. Sorry, Keith, I muted you.
Oh, all right. I was
There we
just
go.
saying get above VWAP. I said get above VWAP. There we go.
Powerful words.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got crossover on MACD again, going up. There we go.
303, 305. Okay.
Almost back up to break even for me.
Yeah, me as well.
Come on, keep going up.
Would this be a re-entry thing for me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd wait for it to get green like it is now. But yes, I think you can re-enter this one.
Come on, get back up there.
Give it a little room to grow.
All right, let's see if I can get out of this thing.
All right, let's
we
go
go.
ahead and take, I'm sorry, let's go ahead and take profit here and out at 329. 305 to 329.
I was in at 547, out at 565.
Okay,
18 cents on that.
24. And I'm going to go back to the 560 on the call side. Just going to watch here for a minute, but we've got a pretty strong movement up.
We got 2 minutes to the pop, too.
Oh, well, I think we'll hold off on that then. Boy, that went fast.
Yeah. For those of you new, we've been noticing for quite a few years now that a lot of times there's a movement, sort of programmed in movement by the market makers at 10 o'clock. It can be up or down, don't really know. So a lot of times we wait until after that pop to go in. Now, a lot of times that's conjunction with an announcement at 10, but there are no announcements today at 10. But it still doesn't mean there isn't going to be a move. 1 minute to go. OG there.
There's a doji, top end doji. And the reason we pay attention to those dojis is often we'll see a price reversal off of a doji.
All right, 15 seconds.
All right, we're in the pop. See, and that's why we wait till after the pops. You can see prices moving down on the pop, maybe momentary, and bounce off of the supply zone, which we may be working on a new one right now, but it's 5 minutes away before we'd mark it. So we'll just continue to observe. We'll see if price can correct itself and continue on up. Just in, looks like consolidation right now. But we have a rule called the messy middle rule. And we're in a messy middle right now. And the rule is 9 times out of 10, price will continue in the same direction it was going in when it entered the messy middle. So price was rising. So we'd expect price to rise out of this. And by the way, Dow is up 241, Nasdaq up 59, S&P up 24 with 5,200,000 plus traded on the underlying. So fairly low volume today as we expected.
That 1 minute MACD looks like it's trying to head back down. In fact, it's trying to cross over right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can move the supply zone up.
Yep. Okay, let's go over to the 560 on the call side. 560 strike call. We'll just keep an eye on that and see if this breaks out finally. If it's following the proper messy middle rule, it will rise.
The crossover on the MACD, though.
Mm-hmm.
Got a good crowd in again today, Tim.
Yeah. Good to see everybody in. All right, we are poised for a breakout here. Let's see if this can happen. A little concerned about the low volume. Just hard to get things moving when volume is that low. But it is breaking out now. All right. Still at the 560 on the call side. Just let Mr. Felix in. Come on, get on up there.
Tim, what price did you just get in on that call, the 560?
So 560, we're not in it yet.
Oh, I jumped the gun, sorry.
That's okay. If you're in, you're okay. All right, stand by on this 560.
I'm just concerned of lack of movement here.
You doing what?
I'm concerned of lack of movement for getting in.
Yeah.
Look at the MACD since 10 o'clock and it's been pretty flat.
Yeah, that's true. Price movement just really stagnating. Dow's up 203 now, Nas up 70, S&P up 25 and a half. Just went over the 6 million mark on the underlying. A little bit of profit taking going on right now.
Probably could move that supply zone up again just a tad more.
Yeah. A bit of more profit taking going on right now. And price rising back up again. So if you've just joined us, we just have one trade, positive, plus 24 on that trade, only because I couldn't get out of it when it dipped. Now, I want you guys, to always adhere to a stop, pick a number, whatever it is, minus 25, 35, 50, whatever it is that you're not going to exceed. I say that, but um, in the instance of that trade that we just had, where it just suddenly broke down into a sell-off, it's probably a large tranche of sell orders that came in. Sometimes, if you can wait a little bit, those sudden movements will correct themselves back up because it's an anomaly of a large tranche of orders coming in, and then price will go back to normal or on the trajectory it was on prior to that.
But Tim, I mean, this last trade there was no chance that we could, get out from there.
Yeah,
it
yeah, exactly.
was crazy.
Yeah, it just moved too fast.
Yeah.
I actually wish I had that problem because I got out.
You were able to get out, yeah.
But it was a loss, so actually I should have stayed in.
Mm-hmm. So price just meandering sideways here. Price going into sell off here again. And this is a little trick that sometimes the market maker does where he'll push price down, take out stops, pick up those positions, and then continue pushing price up, trying to pick up some extra positions in order to sell on the way up. And there's a crazy Ivan that just happened. There goes price. You can see at that 10:22 minute, we did get a little more volume above 100,000. That helped that create that longer candle. But price can't seem to break out from this upper limit. Boy, Keith, this market will put you right to sleep.
Well, what was that?
Yeah, exactly. Hello, good morning. Come on, price, get up there. Break out. Dow is up 233, Nas up 96, S&P up 28. Not a lot of change. Price trying to shake loose of this supply zone. All right, still looking at the 560 on the call side, 560 strike call. See, the problem is there's just not enough volume to push price very far. But this is pretty typical of a Fed day.
Yes, it is. Actually, the volume may be a little high right now for a Fed day.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Price still trying to rise here a bit. We are a little over an hour in. We've got just 7,500,000 traded on the underlying. Dow's up 231, Nas up 97, S&P up 28. Not a lot of change there, and the broader markets are about the same as they were the last 3 or 4 times I mentioned them. Price coming down again, a little bit of sell-off.
I'll be back in a minute, Tim.
All righty. Interesting. We're getting these little periodic push downs that last a minute or two and then back up. Again, that is market maker pushing down, triggering stops, picking up those positions so that they can continue to push price up.
It's really moved a lot since I was gone.
Yeah. Yeah. It just ripped right along. It's like our volume's continuing to recede.
Just because I'm bored, I moved the supply zone up a little bit more again.
Ah, Oops, sorry about that. So price continues in consolidation, although we're seeing some sell-off here again. That likely won't last. Price just moving along at a snail's pace.
I'm not certain which is going faster, the tick here or watching my grass grow. But given the rain that we've been having, I think the grass is beating it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Well, the good news is we should get back to the more normal price movement tomorrow. Market maker dipping price down again. Take out some stops before rising again. Hmm. Down through VWAP. Boy, price really declining there.
We're getting down close to the demand zone.
Mm-hmm.
We just took a chance and opened a put there and got 20 cents on it.
Oh, nice.
I waited till after it was below the demand zone. The reason I didn't call that out, it looked like we were getting pretty late in the movement down.
Mhm.
I just tried it with a few contracts.
So NAS has gone negative. It's down 33 now. S&P is just holding on. Dow's up 118 still. See if we get a turnaround on this. Let me see here, 52.59. I'll keep an eye on the 558 on the call side. All right, stand by on this 558 on the call side. All right, I'm going to enter this 558 in at 315. All right, stand by to get out of this. Let's go ahead and get out of this. Got out at 3:02. All right, guys, that's going to finish us up for the morning session. We'll be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Just log back in near 3 o'clock, and we will trade the last hour of the market today. So thank you for supporting the room, and we will see you this afternoon.
All right. See you, Tim. See you, everybody.